Well, in our special report tonight, nearly 600 Nevadans are on the organ waiting list, but our state only has one transplant institute for the entire state, and we only do one organ. Let's take a look now. Other states, let's say like Colorado, for instance, has 4 transplant centers. If we look at Arizona and Washington State, they each have 5. And out here in Missouri, 8 transplant centers. So if you live here and you need a life-saving lung, heart, or liver, you're not going to get it here. But a group is trying to change that. So here's the long-term plan for transplants in Nevada.
I was struggling to get a kidney here, so they recommended going out of state.
Kirsten Uzardo is one of thousands of Nevadans forced to leave the state for an organ transplant.
We needed to be down there for 6 weeks minimum if things went well.
Once the couple got the call, they dropped everything to get to the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix at the height of the pandemic.
I had to give her a kiss goodbye and wave her through the door. I couldn't even go in.
UMC is the only transplant center in our state, and it only performs kidney transplants. Last year, it did 138.
A heart transplant, a lung transplant, a liver, pancreas transplant. Nevadans are having to leave and relocate outside of our state.
Stephen Peralta is the foundation president for the Nevada Donor Network. Right now, there are nearly 600 Nevadans on the waiting list, and many of them will have to relocate to save their lives.
Your son has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
That's exactly what Oscar Gamboa and his mother did. They spent 6 months in Los Angeles getting his heart transplant. That time away creates a huge financial and emotional burden.
Being able to take her and put her on her own couch or her own bed to fully just recuperate would have been so much easier.
Elevating and expanding UMC to a fully accredited institute will take time and money, about $35 million. The donor network is about 1/3 of the way there.
To recruit the necessary talent, the physicians and the transplant teams to live and work here. And the second piece of our philanthropic campaign is to fund the first 12 plus new transplants that are needed.
Those new transplants will be livers, hopefully later this year. It needs to pay for and successfully carry out at least a dozen procedures, which is why it's raising so much money.
We've got to get accredited first. We've got to get licensed. Once we're able to do that, just like any other hospital procedure, we can now get reimbursed.
It'll take years to eventually offer all organ transplants. For those waiting, the procedure will likely mean leaving your home, leaving your job, and even your family in order to stay alive.
Enjoy what you can enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy life, every minute of it.
And by the way, Southern Nevadans are very generous when it comes to becoming an organ donor. About 54% of our state are registered. That's actually higher than the national average. But we need more diversity, more Latinos, more Asians, more African Americans in order to turn organ donation into that gift of life.